All right, welcome back. So shop's done, and we got lots of cool projects in the mix. We still got the Elko, we still got the Econoline, we still got, oh, we got lots of them. But we got to have a nice work truck, and my work truck's just getting tired, and it's just something that I drive all the time, and I want it to look better. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, my work truck, second gen Dodge, 12 valve Cummins, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive, 300,000 miles on it or so. I don't know, mechanically, great. Love the truck, been great to me. Haven't done anything to it mechanically. It's perfect. The feller I got it from was a truck driver, had it since a year after new, took fantastic care of it. Other than it sat outside, so it just needs a little bit of repaint, sun faded. It does have some light dents and dings. It's got some rust. That's the worst of it's the front fenders. Cheap, easy fix. I did start on this just a little smidgen bit. I ripped the moldings off, and I only have a couple hours in this, I promise you. A couple hours. Ripped the moldings off real quick, scuffed a couple spots real fast that were you know, needed some love, or a couple dents here and there, just quick little prime. The tops of the fenders were down to the yellow, the gel coat, or the plastic, whatever this stuff's made out of. So I just thought it'd be better to put a little primer on there. Haven't done any major work though at all. Back here the paint was just completely sun faded off. It had a topper on it, so took that off. Rear bumper, I cannot remember. I think it was just completely rusted out. So I threw this roll paint on it real quick. Amazon job. Had the plastic going across here. Just stripped that off real quick. I was pretty aggressive when I stripped this stuff off, so that's why I just threw some primer on it real quick. But yeah, that is what it is. Pretty simple, basic unit. We got a little bit of rust here to fix up. I think we can slam her out real quick. So let's get to it. Let's get her in the shop and get to working on it. First things first, it's probably got to be his most favorite vehicle that I own to drive. This kid just loves this truck. I don't know why, but he could sit here and you know, drive her all day long. Anyways, first things first, we got to clean the old pig out, get to working on it. Like I said, I got new fenders for it. I got some new rockers for it. We're going to be taking those off. We're going to be changing the color. So let's dive into it. And on the inside, we got to do just a little bit of repair. Got your typical, you know, for 300,000 miles, I'd say that seat's in pretty good shape. Headliner, on the other hand, well, it's tired. It needs redone. We're gonna redo a couple things up here. Whoa, we are though. Let's clean her out. All right, so we did a quick walk around of it, got her all cleaned out, but never really gave you the game plan. So obviously, you know, got rusty fenders. No need to even worry about attempting to fix those. Just, we bought new. Rocker panels, same way, new. We'll have to patch that a little bit there by hand. A little tough to find patch panels for this down here, but this just be a little patch here. We can handle that. But honestly, the truck was in very good shape. The old truck has really just done pretty well over its years. It's just really the sun is really what beat it up the most. The old feller took really good care of his stuff. and this truck was no different. He took very good care of it, but the sun just beat it up. But really, you know, dent wise, that's why I was able to work it out so quick, because it was in such good shape. I mean, I got this side, it's been circled up like this for months. It kind of embarrasses the wife driving around this way, but yeah, look at this. We're talking like maybe a rock chip there, and I don't even see what I originally was seeing here, but it's very, very minute. There's like a tiny dent right there, but it's even hard to catch on the camera. And then here we got a couple little guys here on the door, but I mean, that's our body work. So pretty lucky. We have not struck anything on the hood. I'm sure the hood's gonna have some light hail damage. I've seen it wet, and it looks like it's got a couple light ones in it, but we're not gonna get carried away. It's a work truck. That's the way it's going to be. But it's just got a little bit of rust. This rocker replaced. This cab corner though, awesome shape, really good shape. So the old truck for 300,000 on her, good shape. Guy took really good care of it. You just, front fenders, can't help that, whatever. Like I say, we're gonna replace the headlights, the mirrors. What else do we got over here in the pile of parts? Let's see. Yeah, we got some mirrors, headlights. We got cool diesel tip, rocker panels, and fenders. And we need to go pick out some paint maybe later today, but we need to get this thing tore apart. I figure we'll just pop the plastic liner out and slide the rest of that junk out of there. We're gonna pop the running boards off. I do want to, like I say, do a repaint on this. We do need to pull the front bumper off, front fenders off. We do got a little bit of rust to contend with on the front frame horns. Nothing major, but we're gonna get that taken care of while we're here. Other than that, the old girl's in pretty good shape. On the outside, just a little lipstick, like I say. Inside, you know, again, 300 and, what are we at, 308. And that's the quality of the interior. Like, pretty impressive. I've had some clunkers with 100,000 on them, and the seats are just blown clear out. This one, you know, a little bit of upholstery work. I think we can patch that back together. Back seat, really nice. Everything else, I don't even think anyone ever sat in the back seat, to be honest. It doesn't look like it. Pretty clean. Other than the headliner, trashed, needs replaced. From what research I did, Dodge did not make a maroon headliner, which seems silly to me. Why would you have this beautiful maroon interior and a gray headliner? We're gonna change that. So I did forget, we do got that right over there. See it standing up there? That's some headliner upholstery. We got that, so we'll redo that in maroon. He did have the heater core done a couple years ago, from my understanding, and the top of the dash did have some cracks. And from my understanding, this is an OEM gray cover. They did not make a maroon cover anymore. So I do have some vinyl paint. We're gonna try to vinyl paint some of this stuff up here maroon. I don't know, I don't mind it gray. Maybe we'll change it to maroon. That's a maybe. Obviously, do something with the steering wheel. Other than that, pretty good shape. For a work truck, if y'all got one like this, you know, it's not too big of a deal, not too costly to get into something like this and give her a polish, or lipstick the pig, as we say. So let's get her finished broke down and get to cleaning her up. right, that's a wrap. Long freaking day, but we got the fenders off. We got some holes cut in the rockers. We got most of it stripped down and it's power washed at least, so hopefully tonight it'll dry out. Hopefully some of that will dry out so we can weld some rockers on, because it's not really mobile now. I guess I could temporarily get some batteries in there, but whatever. We'll mess around with it tomorrow. All right, welcome back. It's morning. Sun shining bright. Gonna be a good day. Got her washed off. Turned into a long day yesterday. Long day, but we got her all tore apart, cleaned up, power washed, top, bottom, the works. Got the fenders off, interior stripped. So feeling pretty good about the progress about yesterday, but it was a long day. So hopefully not as long today. But let's get these rocker panels put on today. I think that is the plan. I did snip most of the interior out here. I do plan on just snipping it right here along this lip right here. Then we'll just clean this factory lip up and slap it right on top of that. Done it many times and it will be okay that way. We'll snip it right across here. Probably just seam seal that lip. And we'll probably come on the other side of this. It's not rusty here, but these are doubled up and I guarantee that there's rust in here starting. So our new cab corner goes, I think, clear up into here. We'll probably come up, you know, I don't know, somewhere in there maybe, come down, and then we'll just seam seal it, or I don't know, we might body work it in. Probably seam seal on this side because look at that cab corner is in good shape. So no need to do anything there. Clean up a little bit of surface rust there. I think we got, yeah, that's just, it's not even rust there. So we'll clean all that up. We're gonna undercoat this as good as we can. Once we get these cut off, that'll be just fine. So that's pretty good on this side. We do got a little bit of rust to contend with up here on the chassis. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Worst part is I think we're going to drop that sway bar. So I'm sure we'll deal with some rusty broken bolts. That's okay. This side, a little more work. Same thing on the rocker. I think we can get away with cutting it about in the same place, but it pretty well needs a full rocker here. It's clear back to here. And then, you know, luckily our jam here is good, so hopefully we can snip that out here and you know, come down something like that, maybe a little bit bigger, you know, and put a panel in there. And this corner is a little tiny bit there, but again, I don't think that that's going to be a problem. If we can get in behind that and undercoat it, I think it'll be just fine. All right, let's get to it. And oh, and the fenders, that was the other thing. So I bought aftermarket fenders, trying to save some money, which, you know, usually no problems, which there's no problems with them other than the inner fender, steel inner fender on those, no inner fender here. So not a big deal. Luckily our inners are in good shape. We're just gonna have to drill those spot welds and pop the inners out, swap them over. Not a big deal, just a little bit more work, but we'll get her done. Let's see if we can get it done today. Let's get to it. All right, well, a lot of ways to skin a cat here. Grinder, whatever you wanna do, Sawzall. I got a plasma cutter, so that's what I'm gonna use. All right, well, cut off, prepped, ready, put back on. So we're gonna weld through prime it, undercoat it best we can. Got the rocker panel prepped, knock some holes in it, ready to go. I'm gonna shoot a little undercoat in the back. come on in here. I did foobar up a little bit. It's been a while since I did these, so I cut it a little close. I will seam seal that from the inside, but just a reminder, if you do one of these, don't cut too deep right there. Cut over here and then chisel that off. I forgot, it's probably been like 5-6 years since I did one of these, so whatever, easy fix. And then I got a little tiny pinhole, just tiny, and I had to hunt for that sucker. So I think we can weld that up while we're welding this up quick. So this one will be done. Move to the other side. So. All right, that's that for this side. Weld that up, kind of looks ugly, but it filled the hole and got that all in there. Turned out good. Had to adjust my welder a little bit off the get. I had some pretty crappy welds there at the beginning, but that's okay. Filled out nice at the end. It got to work. Put a little seam seal across there, be just fine. Front side, that's what we got going on, so don't know how a guy could complain about that. See you on the other side. All right, we're on the other side, and this side went just as smooth. Touch further back on this side, but went beautiful. We got a little bit of inner rocker work to do. We'll do that later though. We can do that after it's painted. Look at that, nice fit. Whoop. Seam sealed up there, rest of it's on. So, last thing we got left to do back here is deal with, yeah, you guys can see, deal with this here. So, I got just a old scrap piece of metal. Probably start hacking away and trying to form that, get halfway fit. There is a little bit of a body line right there. I'm gonna try to go from there down and try to stick with that body line, try to stick somewhere in here, make it a little easier to body work. But yeah, no, just gonna hack that out, weld her in, onto the front fenders. Another day in the books, but we got the cab done, rockers are done on both sides. Hopefully tomorrow we can jam out on the fenders and the front frame horns. See you in the morning. All right, so today hopefully we can get the fenders and the frame done. I want to try to get these fender wells knocked off, see how big of a project that's going to be. And then we need to fit them before we weld them, screw them, however we put them back together. But I'm just going to drill the spot welds out here and let's get to it. And just like that, we got one fender. Old fender, easy job. Just find the spot welds, drill them out. No big deal. Especially when you're not saving the old fender, you don't have to worry about drilling through and messing the old one up and all that good stuff. But just took some big self-tappers, got her tapped on there. Like I say, I do want to fit it, but I think we'll go ahead and knock out the other fender, knock out the frame rails, and then we'll slip the fenders back on. All right, well, I said I was gonna mess with the frame horns, but I lied to you. I set the fenders on. They fit good, good gap, so I think we're good to weld them up. Just wanted to show y'all. This one got a little bit of a wide gap at the top, but you can get a push back, so it will be okay. It pushes, it's got plenty of movement, so it'll adjust. Onto the frame horns. All right, well, we got her welded in. Kind of tight over here. Did end up having to weld a nut in on both of these front sway bar bolts because the inside nut was all rusted out. Not perfect, but better than a big old rust hole. So I'm happy with that. Both sides are done. It's all bolted back up, Loctited everything. So that's good, ready for undercoating, whatever. We'll do that after it's painted. So. Rest of it coming along pretty good. You guys did see me paint the inner fenders. They turned out pretty good. It was just a bug bomb can, but that's okay. I think they'll be just fine. They're awful shiny, looks nice. The inside, I rock guard truck bud coated just to kind of seal it up. It was kind of looking crusty. And where we welded, it's kind of just seals it up, whatever. It's got plastic liners that go in there, but let's get these babies slipped on there real quick. All right, I think that's what we're gonna call it. We're 3 days in on this project, and the episode's probably gonna be a little long and probably a little bit of boring. Sorry about that. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to make exciting. Definitely the next time we'll definitely be painting. We got fenders on, rockers on, cab corners fixed, frame fixed. You know, pretty darn happy, stripped apart, interior's ready to be, you know, attacked. So next time we'll be doing a headliner, we'll be fixing the seat, we'll be doing some paint. Like I say, we're gonna undercoat the chassis, blah, blah, blah. Should look a lot better. So next one should be a lot more exciting. Appreciate all you guys that watched all this one through. Like, share, subscribe, let me know how I'm doing. See y'all next time.